Wow. Buenas, buenas a todos. Saludos desde Austria. Hoy tenemos un invitado especial desde un país asiático. Él se llama Bryan de Singapur. Wir haben heute einen speziellen Gast aus Singapur, aus Asien. Sein Name ist Bryan und er lernt auch schon ein bisschen Deutsch. Wie heißt du denn?
Hallo, ik heiße Bryan. Ik kom aus Singapur. Ik kom aus Singapore. Yeah, so just a little bit.
Super.
Super.
We just talked and he told me that he's learning German. So it's great to hear that. Bryan and I met because of Scalable. It's a course from our friend of Francisco Santolo in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, who has traveled many countries and given this course also to a huge audience. And yes, the network is always nice and to enrich from each other. So welcome, Bryan. It's nice to have you here, especially
Thank you so much, Alexander.
An interesting city. How are you doing these days?
Yes, I am actually doing very fine. Actually, Singapore it's really a great country. We you know, because of recent COVID situation, we have kind of you know, been put on a temporary lockdown. But actually recently it's been better, and a lot of businesses are actually opening right now. So actually schools is opening right now. That's why I'm in school actually studying.
School means university, no? As you are undergoing your how you call it, your program, your bachelor program, no?
Yes, my bachelor program is linguistics and multilingual studies. So I study about languages, and I study about how to use languages, and I'm also taking German. So yeah, so just a little bit here and there. I can speak 7 languages. Yeah, I can speak like a Japanese, Korean, Thai, Japanese, Koreanisch, Thai, und Malayisch, und Deutsch. Und,
wow.
English, yeah.
Okay. Sawadee krap. No, krap.
Sawadee krap. So can you speak Thai?
Yes, well, a little bit. No, I understand maybe a little bit. I was living for like half a year or something in 2000. Beautiful.
Wow, very nice. Bima,
so
Bima.
Yeah. How is the life for you in Singapore, and how was the Scalable course? What did you think was interesting?
So life in Singapore is very fast, very, very fast. Every day is fast. Well, we had to catch up with time. But actually, thankfully, during the COVID period, you know, I had a lot of time for myself. So I wanted to I was interested in joining the Scalable course, and Francisco was so kind to let me into the course as the first batch of, you know, English course. And I learned a lot about the virtuous canvas, you know, the virtuous scalable methodology. It's about sharing openly, genuinely with people from all over the world. It doesn't have to have an agenda, just a genuine sharing, because we have also much things to learn from each other, especially right now. You know, I had the opportunity to meet Alejandro through this course, where I can, you know, speak with someone in Austria. You know, this is like really, really amazing. And,
it's from my side too.
Yes, so the course actually taught me how to draw out the canvas. So it's like the H, you know, the canvas. And like it was, and I was interested to start with the purpose first. You know, the course actually taught about purpose, ask us what is the purpose of doing the business, of doing this and that, and to really ask questions like, is it aligned with my purpose, with my why? You know, because if it's not aligned, and then the business maybe won't turn out well. Yeah. So
so what would be your purpose, and area are you in? Because you sent me some interesting articles, as you write a lot, no? So maybe you can tell.
So I actually, Yeah, I run a freelance. I have freelance work in copywriting. So I write articles. So my purpose is actually to bridge the communication between a brand and audience. So a lot of times, people want to convey a lot of emotion, information, and sometimes in social media, it is everybody is just scrolling on their Instagram, their Facebook. So it's very difficult for them to absorb the information. So I help companies to create articles, for information to be conveyed to them. So that is my purpose, like I enjoy to build the communication between companies and their audience.
And then you decided to study again. I mean, not only with
Yes.
the course, but also at university.
Yes, so I decided to study again because actually this course is my passion. I love languages and I love to study about languages. So I thought that this course was perfect because in the Southeast Asia region, so my course is the only one that teaches about the science of language. So yeah, I was very happy to be admitted into. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I noticed that you love languages also because of the background behind you with the word
The
that
world.
unites everybody. How did you get to know about the Scalable course, and how do you know so many languages? Where does it come from geographically?
Okay, so I shall answer your first question first, right? So
Yeah.
how did I come to know of Scalable Course? Actually, it is a really amazing thing. So actually, at the first, I did not know Francisco at all. I don't even know of his name, So, but about maybe 2 years ago, I was driving Uber, like Grab or Uber, and then one of my passengers, his name is Thomas. So Thomas is Singapore, and then we had a conversation, and it was nice. And then before he got off my car, he said like, I think that you're quite special, so I want to introduce you to my friend who is a CEO of a company. And I'm like, oh wow, okay, interesting. Please, yeah, you can introduce me. And that's how I know Francisco. And then I talked to him, and he said, Brian, I am creating a course, so that I think maybe you can benefit, but I is the first edition. So don't expect anything much of it yet, but like when it comes, I'll tell you. So when he finished it, he gave me the access to the course, and that's how I know Scalable Course. And every day I would just do maybe like three lessons, just doing it every day, three until it finishes. And for your second question, how I got to know many languages is actually is passion. Like when I was 16 to 19 years old, I I learned the Japanese and Korean together in 3 years. So
Wow.
Monday is Japanese, Saturday is Korean. Yeah, so it went on 3 years, and after 3 years, I was interested in Thai language, and then I learned it myself from the internet. Just every day, just dedicating 2 hours to draw, to write, to practice writing, practice speaking. And actually, at that time, there was this application called Tandem, where it can connect people from around the world to teach each other languages. So, for example, you're German, you want to teach me German, and I'm Singaporean, I want to teach you English. So you teach me German, I teach you English. So this application was very good, very nice. I learned Thai also through there, and then I became fluent. I can read, write, and speak Thai like a native. So yeah, that is my journey.
Wow, very disciplined. Like like we know the Singapore people to be very
Oh, really?
disciplined. Also in
Thank you.
the last
Danke,
decades.
danke.
Yes, Brian, what are your plans, and or where do you want to go? In which direction you want to continue with the content writing? Do you want to, because you mentioned you were working for Uber, and now you are back to university learning German.
Oh,
It's excellent. So
okay.
maybe you
So
can tell us more about the future.
Sure. Actually, driving Uber was just playing. I was just interested in the job, and I was just for a while, just a short while. But my profession is in writing, so I write for magazines, online magazines, hotel, food, cars, and stuff. So that is my main work. And yeah, I plan to just do this on the freelance, so I am looking for clients all over the world. So if you're interested into knowing how I can help you to convey your message in a better way, do let me know. Yeah, that is my passion.
Great. Where does it come from, this passion of writing?
Where does it come from?
Since when are you writing, and are you working freelance, I guess, no?
Okay, so I have been writing ever since I was 17, and I wrote for my school newspaper at that time. And then slowly I wrote more and more for online website, a content marketing website in Singapore. And then I have been doing kind of like a freelance here and there, charging people just for writing articles with images and like blog posts, something like that. So why my passion is in writing? Because I like words, because I feel like words is so wonderful. How words can convey meaning, through the word, like and how word and the tone works together to convey meaning. So I can say something, but if my tone is not so nice, you can understand that it's not so nice. But if like the words is nice and the tone is nice, you get a pleasant feeling. So I'm just fascinated about why is it like that? Why? How come? Yeah.
Very
So,
interesting. Yeah.
yes.
I think that Scalable enables us for many things, no? What
Yes.
I always ask the people I have been interviewing for this podcast,
Yes.
we have had persons from Argentina to China to from Hong Kong to Canada.
Oh wow.
Maybe you can answer these questions. They are very general, but at the same a little bit deeper. Because I'm also interested in this intercultural thing, in this philosophy, maybe you can call it like this. What would the questions would be? What would be for you, like, what does it mean, life? What would be like? Does it have a meaning? How do you see life? And then, what is happiness for you? And what is your purpose for yourself?
Okay. So what do I see life as? Right. The first question. What do I see
Yeah.
life as? So I see life as something of endless possibilities, because I mean, take a look at this. Everybody leads a different life, right? Even if you are sitting in Singapore or Singaporean, you lead a different life. And by that itself, you are experiencing different things than me. So imagine the amount of things that I can learn from you is actually infinite, and like you multiply this by many people that you meet in your life from all over the world, from you in Austria, Francisco in Argentina, my friend in Malaysia. It's just endless, because like actually I feel like there's I cannot stop learning enough from people, because of like their subjects, where they are good in their profession, not only that but their life experiences as well. So I'm so glad to be born in this era where we can connect with each other through the internet, because in the past people couldn't do that. And yeah, I think the meaning of life is possibility. Yeah, to me. So so what is the next question? Sorry.
What is happiness?
I think happiness is a state of mind, and not only that, it's also a state of heart. So a lot of people know that state of mind is like happiness, but state of heart sometimes it's just question mark. You don't know what is the state of heart. But I feel that true happiness is like when the state of your heart and the state of your mind is the same, and that is happiness. No matter what you are doing, like you can be just working in a 9 to 5, you can be studying in the university, you can be running this podcast, but how you feel and how you think, if they are congruent, that is happiness, you know. But I think following this question, the better thing to think about is like, how do you sustain the happiness? Because the happiness, is a feeling, you get it and it goes. But sustained happiness is in the doing of that congruent thing. So you do it once, a lot of people is like, they do it once and they forget it, oh, okay, I'm happy. But sustained happiness is when you keep doing it every single day of your life, like every single day. So you can stay happy. Once you stop doing, you go down and gradually you won't be happy. Yeah.
That would be or what would be the sense of your life? And as the last question, how do you do this, what you just told me, in your daily life? Like, because you mentioned to sustain it every day. And I'm actually quite happy because exactly behind you is Austria in your map. It's Europe.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do I sustain it, right? Or like, how do I practice it, right? Do you mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you, Alejandro, and everybody listening in this podcast,
Yeah.
I have been, it has been about 120 days that I have been doing a reading of 10 pages of a book every single day without any break, except on Sundays. And then I've been reflecting on this book, on this reading every day. So I reflect it by journaling. So I write down my thoughts, what I feel, how it can apply to my life. And also I accomplish three things every day, just simple three things that is related to my goal. So for example, my goal is something financial, right? Let's say just 4,000 US dollars by the end of the year. So what am I doing, to get there? So for example, number one, I just write one article, for this client. Okay, just maybe write half an article. Maybe today I attend the podcast with Alejandro. Third thing, I get to know one new person in Scalable. So it can be very, very simple. It just maybe takes 1 hour of the three. But the key is to do it every day. So 1 hour becomes 7 hours in a week. 7 hours in a week becomes times 2, 14 hours.
Exponentially. Yeah.
Yes, exponential growth. So this is what I've been doing for 120 days ever since COVID has struck. So yeah.
So and the last question: what is your sense of your life, or how do you give it? Also connecting with this question by doing this,
Okay.
or how do you
What
see
is
it?
the sense of my life? Okay, so I believe very much in sharing, because sharing shows abundance in your life. When you're abundant, when you share, it becomes very powerful, and that it can impact a person's life. No matter, doesn't have to be that something is related to the person, but it's like that something really benefits the person's life, like holistically. So for example, whatever that I've been learning, through the book, I just write it in a short paragraph, and then I send it to my friends. Like, hey, good morning to you. I was just reading this book, and I thought this paragraph, it would be good, for us to think about our daily tasks or something. So yeah, this is how I make sense of my life. I share, and don't expect anything in return, because actually the sharing makes me happy. It is not the sharing and the getting back that makes me happy. It is the act of sharing. Yes. So
Very interesting, very inspiring, Bryan. Yes, I think the question was maybe very European, very focused on what sense we have, traditional philosophers like Kant, etc. But yes, I think it was a really good answer. I hope this is not the last time we talk. Thank you very much for sharing a little bit about your life, and maybe
no problem.
by closing it, you could take off your back screen to show us
Sure.
how Singapore looks like.
Okay, so this is just
In the cafeteria.
Yeah, this is the cafeteria. So yeah, I mean, behind is Starbucks. We have Starbucks, we have Subway,
Like
so,
everywhere.
Yeah, correct. So sorry, I cannot shift too much because I think there
the
are a lot
people.
of people here.
Yeah,
But I actually I would love to show you how Singapore looks like more because we have so many things. This is just my school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which university is it?
This is it's called NTU. It's called
NTU.
Nanyang. Yeah, correct. Nanyang Technological University.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
Yes.
we have to definitely visit you. All the scalable
Yes.
community meets in Singapore. Would be nice.
Please
So
come.
many people. Well,
Yes.
Kapung Krap, thank you very much.
Kapung Kap.
And we stay in touch. Bryan Chua from Singapore.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista.
Ciao, ciao, Bryan.
Tschüss.
Tschüss.